everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to my channel, and it is day 18 of Vlogmas. I'm not gonna lie, guys, Vlogmas is a whole thing, and I'm kind of hate myself for volunteering to do this, but I made a commitment, so I will carry on. But holy moly, it is a lot of work to do a video every day, and to be honest with you guys, I don't really think that many people are watching my Vlogmases, so hey, if you actually watch this, like, give me a thumbs up or like say hey. Because I feel like right now there are so many people putting out Vlogmas content. Like, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but my feed on YouTube is so cluttered right now with everyone's Vlogmas videos. I have just been like putting everything in my watch later list. And so I may not get to some of your videos until like January, but it's okay. I have like 100 videos on my watch later list. I will be having a YouTube-a-thon over the holiday season, apparently. I don't know that I'm going to volunteer to do this to myself again next year, but that's okay. I finally have like, I'm persevering and we're going to get through Vlogmas. So far I've only missed one day. So we're almost there. Only got like another week. We can do this. All right. Enough about Vlogmas, but I am going to do my favorite booktubers today. Now, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while, and I've been kind of putting it off because I really don't have that many followers. And so I thought it's not really going to be all that exciting for me to be like, these are my favorite booktubers, because no one really watches my channel. I mean, some of you do, but I mean, I don't have a huge following. It's not like some of the other people I know who have thousands of followers, and when they recommend, it really gives the other person's channel a boost. I don't feel like my channel will probably do that for anybody, but that's okay. This is sort of my Christmas present to say thank you for good content, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So I did break down my favorite booktubers into different categories, so I'll go through them and explain them as I go, and we'll go from there. And if, as always, you can find the links to all these people below. I will link their channel so that you can check them out and subscribe if you like what you see. Alright, so the first category I have is popular booktubers. These are anybody on BookTube who has like a ton of followers. And by a ton, I tried to pick anybody with more than like 10,000 followers, because in the BookTube world, that's a lot. And there were a couple people that had like way more than that. And some that fell just around like the 10,000 follower mark. So it's a wide variety, but these are the booktubers that everybody knows them. They are very well known in the booktube community, and if you mention their name, you probably have already seen a video from them. So I'm going to have 4 people in this category that I'm going to talk about, and I love all 4 of them, and they're the reason why I chose to do booktube. First one is, of course, Jen from the Book Refuge. I can't do a video about my favorite booktubers without mentioning her. I have been watching Jen for, I can't even tell you how many years I've been watching Jen. It's been at least a couple. I don't know how long, I don't know how old her channel is, but to put it in perspective, I started watching her channel shortly after she started, and she didn't have very many followers at the time. So I have been watching her forever, and what I love about Jen is just the variety of books that she reads, and she reads so many. She has a really good like recommendation video backlog, and I mean, I swear she could make like, I don't know, 6 or 7 videos on mafia romances and have them all be like different, or same thing, like 6 or 7 on like historical romances and have them all be different, because she just reads so much. I mean, if you go to her like 2022 goals video and like listen to how many books she read, I think how many books did she read? It was a lot. It was like 600 or 700 books, something like that. It was a lot of books that she read in one year, and because of that, she gives great content, because she just reads so much that she pretty much, if you go to her and you're like, I need a book where it's like a brother's best friend just out of college, I don't know, name something crazy, she could probably pick a book off of the shelf and be like, yeah, read this one. And you're like, really? Like, how do you even know that? So anyways, she's kind of my go-to person when it comes to recommendations. I religiously watch her content because I know that I will probably get a couple books to put on my TBR list. And a lot of my new favorite authors that I've discovered in 2021 are people that I started reading because she recommended them on her channel. So she's probably my #1 person that I go to for recommendations. And if you haven't already heard of her, you need to follow her, because like, everybody knows Jen. Gotta know Jen. Come on, guys. Give me the program. I'm just kidding. Alright, the second person I love to watch is Jess from Peace Love Books. This is another person that reads a variety of books and has some really great recommendation videos. The people that I love to follow the most are the people with good recommendations, because I'm always looking for a new author, a new book, or sometimes I'm a mood reader, so like I want something kind of angsty, or I want something that's like a little more, I want a sports rom, I don't read, let's be honest, I don't read sports romances, but if I wanted one, then I know that I can go to her channel and some of the other people have on here and find a recommendation for that because they read such a variety of books. Jess tends to read a lot more, I don't know if it's rom-com-y, but she tends to read like, I don't know if it's considered rom-com, but she reads some of like the lighter hearted books a little bit more. And she also reads a lot more historical than I do. But I like that because I would like to get more into historical. And I feel like she gives some really good recommendations for that. Third person I love is Mary from More to Mary. I found when I was looking for like, I think it was mafia romance recommendations way, way back when I was first starting my obsession with mafia romances, and she had a couple videos up about it, and I'm telling you, she is a hoot. She is such a personality, and I think that's why I love to watch her so much. She is hilarious. There are no fucks to be given, let's just put it that way. And I love her attitude and how she carries herself and how she presents herself on her channel. And she reads such a cool collection of authors. Her reads do tend to be a little bit more, she likes darker reads. She likes very highly emotional reads. The books that she reads will put you on a roller coaster of emotions and feelings. And I love that because that's the kind of book I love to read. So she is another person that I found some newer authors because of her recommendations. And I love that about her. And she's just fun to watch. Even if she's doing a video that like, don't care about, I'm like, don't really care about that trope or don't care about that author or whatever. I still watch her because she's just so fun. She'd be like the person that like you want to go out to the club with or the bar and like have a few drinks and a good time with. And I love her. She's just so fun. So you need to check her out. And she gives some really great book recommendations as well. The last person on my popular booktubers list is Ashley from the Bookish Realm. I love Ashley because her channel is just so diverse in her content. She gives everything from book recommendations to live chats to, I don't know, things that can be a little bit more controversial at times. She really kind of talks more about the business of books and the business of BookTube, which I really appreciate. I don't always have the same reading taste as her. Like very rarely do I get book recommendations from her, but I love because she's a librarian in real life. So she talks about like how libraries work and how the business of buying books and how things make it to market and all that. She talks about like the business of books. She also talks a lot about like topics that nobody else wants to bring up. There's a couple booktubers that bring this up, but she's the one I usually go to for like reading diversely and Black authors and Black representation on BookTube and some of those topics that like people are like, ooh, that's uncomfortable, so I don't want to talk about it. She talks about it, and I really appreciate that because I feel like that voice is needed on BookTube, especially with everything that's been going on here in the United States over the last couple of years and things are going on politically. I think that voice is needed, and she has opened my eyes on a lot of things. Like I said, there's a couple other booktubers that I think do a good job of this, but Ashley is probably the main person I follow who just really is good about throwing down and having an honest conversation about really anything going on in the book community, whether it be BookTube diversity, things going on with library system, things going on in general. Like she just will be honest with you, and I love that. So I usually like to watch her videos, and also her voice for some reason is very soothing. I don't know why. I find her voice very soothing, and I like that. But I'll listen to her talk, and I'm like, this is very soothing and relaxing. I don't know why, but it just is. So you should definitely check her out. I only have a couple people on my mid-sized booktuber list. These are people that fall anywhere from the 1,000 to 10,000 follower range. I have a couple that fall on the lower end of that range that I wanted to talk about because I think they've grown so fast. And the first one is Morgan from Nothing Better Than a Book. I started watching Morgan a couple of months ago, and one of the things I love about her, she took a break earlier this year, so there was a little bit of a gap in her content, but she's really good about, again, recommendations. She has a lot of book hauls, book wrap-ups, and recommendation videos, and I feel like she's been posting more consistently in this last half of the year, so I'm excited to see what she does in 2022. But she's another person that I love her personality, and she reads such a variety of books. She reads a lot of authors that I don't read, and so some of them I've added to my TBR and haven't read yet, but like she'll bring up a book, I'm like, I've never even heard of that book, and then I get excited about it and want to check it out. So I love a good recommendation video, and I think that she does a great job of it. The second person who falls into pretty much that same category is Heather from HEA Booktubes. I always call it HEA Booktubes, but she says HEA Booktubes. Apparently I was saying it wrong for months. But anyway, I love her for the same exact reason that I have several other people on this list, and that is her recommendation videos. She has actual playlists about her recommendation videos, and I love just having a list of tropes. I mean, I can go to so many channels right now and be like, looking for a forced proximity in a snowstorm recommendation. She's probably got one. You know, she's great at just really good, thorough recommendation videos. And she tends to recommend books that I've never heard of before. Because unfortunately in BookTube, we tend to read a lot of the same books, right? So you might watch 5 Mafia, you watch 5 Mafia romance recommendation videos. I guarantee you Cora Riley will be on every single one of those. I mean, think about it. Think about the top authors. But what I love about her is that she'll have authors that you don't necessarily think of when you're thinking of that trope. And so I think it's awesome. She does a great job with them. And I'm excited to see what she adds to her list of videos for 2022. Now I'm on to my small booktubers list. This is anyone who falls under 1,000 followers and above 25, because 25 and less is my newbie booktubers. So this is smaller booktubers, ones that are steadily growing, that I'm looking forward to seeing their channel grow even more. And the first one is going to be Taji from Taji Huang. I love her. She is another one that has such a spicy personality, and she's just fun to watch. And she reads some dark romances. And look, I like me a dark romance. You guys know that. That's why I read the kind of books I read. People are like, how are you this like sweet Christian girl who reads like people killing each other? I don't know. I like to go on an emotional roller coaster, and Taji does as well. And so I love to watch some of her recommendations, because she'll read some books that you're just like, girl, that's dark. I want to read it. And I love that she reads such a variety of things too on the darker spectrum. She'll go real dark and crazy, and she'll do like less dark, but not as crazy. And I love that as well. So I get a lot of recommendations from her. She actually has done some recent videos that are authors I've also loved. So it's been fun watching her take on those authors as well. Next person on my small booktubers list is Mairead from Mairead Lane. She's someone who I actually first heard of when Jen did a shout out to smaller booktubers earlier in the year. I was like so excited to be included on the list, and Mairead was on that list as well. That's how I found her channel. And she is another one who just has such a variety of books that she reads, and I love that. But she's into like some of the weirder romance. I consider weirder, like the sci-fi, and she had a whole video about like orc romances. Look, I hadn't even heard of orc romance. What is an orc? I don't even know, but she did videos on it, and then I was like, this is crazy. I would never read this. But now I kind of want to, because your video was really interesting. So she reads a variety. She reads some more sci-fi. She did a whole Ice Planet Barbarians video, but she also reads just other popular romance authors that I read. And so I love that she reads a variety, and because she reads a variety and explains them so well, I am more likely to check those books out. She is also an author as well. Y'all know I like to write, so does she, and she actually has her very first book coming out, I believe, in January. So I will leave you a link to her channel so you can check out her booktube content and also her book content. And I don't know, let's see, let's get some people buying her books, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she wrote. How exciting. The next person on my small booktubers list is Danielle from Dani's Book World. She reads a lot of different books that I don't read. She tends to be more into like fantasy and not necessarily as heavy romance as I am. She reads some romance, but not as heavily as I do. But she's another one that I just love her personality, and I like how she explains things. When you're giving a book review, I like to have a book review that's very thorough, well thought out, well organized, and I feel like she's very good at explaining herself when she's talking about the books that she's read. She has great presentation when it comes to that, and I've been really enjoying watching her grow, because I first watched her BookTube newbie tag earlier in the year, and I've just kind of watched her steadily improve her videos. So it's been exciting to watch her growth, and she doesn't have, how many videos? She's up to like 263 followers at the time of recording this, which is huge, because when I watched her a couple months ago, she obviously didn't have any followers. So she's been growing so steadily, not only in followers, but also just in how she presents herself, which has been really cool to watch. And I'm excited to see her continue to improve, and I hope that 2022 is even more successful for her. The last person on my small booktube list is Rachel from It's Rachel C. She and I both started off, I think, around the same time. I'm not, maybe I could be slightly off, but she's another one that I think I heard of on someone else's favorite booktubers list. And I watched her and I was like, oh, I've got to check her out because she reads a lot of the same authors that I do. She also reads a lot of historical romance, which again is something I want to get more into. That's why I've been trying to watch other people reading historical romance. And maybe for 2022, that'll be one of my goals. I used to be like heavily into historical, not as much anymore, but I love watching her kind of look at some of these older authors that maybe have written newer things. I can't think offhand who I'm thinking of in this video, but she did a whole like reading vlog about an author that I used to love 10 years ago and I just kind of stopped reading. And I was like, I should check them out. They've wrote so many books since I stopped reading their books. But anyways, she does a lot of reading vlogs, reading wrap-ups. She loves a lot of stats videos. That's what she's been doing a lot for Vlogmas, is doing a lot of like, how many books did I read? How many series did I finish? That sort of thing. But I kind of liked it. I'm nerdy and I like numbers. So I liked like hearing stats from people and like what they've accomplished for the year. But I think she has a great personality and I'm looking forward to seeing how she grows next year in 2022 and what variety of content she will offer us. I think she's a really nice person. I've commented on her videos a few times and she's always really sweet and comments back, and I'm excited to see what 2022 brings her. Now on to my newbie booktuber section of the video. I can't talk tonight. These are booktubers that have less than 25 followers and that I have recently found by watching the booktube newbie tag. So I wanted to kind of bring out a couple of my top favorites here that I think we should watch because I think they have a great future here on booktube and I can't wait to see them grow as they get into making more content. So the first person I want to bring up is Bianca from My Bookworm Sanctuary. She has only a handful of followers and I watched her booktube newbie tag a couple of days ago. She only has, I think at the time of this video, maybe 2 or 3 videos up, but so far they are well done. She seems like she's got a great personality. She reads a nice variety of romance novels and I'm excited to see what else she brings. It's nice to always have a new romance booktuber. We get a lot of new booktubers, but I tend to find a lot of the booktube newbie tags tend to be like sci-fi, YA, you know, fantasy kind of things. So whenever there's a new romance booktuber, I'm all on them. I'm like, yes, another romance person. Give me your best. And I think she fits the bill, so I'm excited about it. Next person I want to mention, I don't actually know her real name because I don't think she's ever said it. And if she did, I apologize that I don't know it. But the channel name is Reading in the Lair and it says Luna Drakon. I don't know if it's her real name Luna. I have no idea. I don't think so. But so far, I've really enjoyed her content. She's very thoughtful in her content, which I appreciate. She reads a variety of books, which I also appreciate because you get a little bit of everything from her. You'll get classics, you'll get a little bit of children's books, you'll get adult mysteries and thrillers, you'll get a couple romances mixed in. Like she literally just reads a variety of books. And so I love that about her because you just get so many different types of content from her, which I think is amazing. And again, she only has a handful of videos up, but the ones that she has up are very thoughtful, very well, you know, articulated, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And she's new to BookTube, so I'm excited to see how she grows. We all know when we started BookTube, like nobody knew what to even say or what videos to do, and so far she's been off to a great start. She has quite a bit of content out already, so I definitely recommend checking her out, giving her a big BookTube welcome. And the last person I have on my newbie list is Desk Notes. I don't know how to pronounce his first name, and I feel horrible about that. So if you watch this video, sir, please let me know how to say your name down below, because apparently I'm dumb and I can't figure it out. But love him. He reads a variety of books. He is not a romance booktuber, but he reads a variety of books, and I think it's so cool because he has read a couple books that are more on the romantic end, but he reads a little bit of everything. He's got nonfiction, he's got popular fiction, he had a couple historical fictions, he's got business books in there, he's got fantasy books in there. I mean, literally the dude reads a little bit of everything, which I think is so fun. And I love people that read a variety, because a lot of times if I hear someone discuss a book that is not typically one I would pick up, but they discuss it in great detail with a lot of excitement about it, I'm at least willing to check it out. Will I read it? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I've actually read a few books that are not in my romance genre lane because I've heard someone here on BookTube talk about them with such enthusiasm that I want to pick them up, and he definitely fits that bill. He only has, I'm wanting to say 3 or 4 videos up so far, but I've loved them so far. I'm really excited to see what he recommends in the future. And if you haven't checked him out, even if you're not into like, oh, I only read romance, so I don't want to go to his channel, check him out anyway, because I'm telling you, some of these books he reads are so unique and so fun to hear about that you need to check him out. Alright guys, hopefully this video was not too rambly and it made sense to you guys. I was trying to articulate what I like about everybody as best as I could, but those are my favorite booktubers. I love getting to know more booktubers. If I am not following your channel, or if you come across this and you're like, hey, you come see me, leave me a comment below. Let me know. I would love to, I'm always looking for new recommendations and new people to befriend. There's nothing quite like having other friends, even if we're on the internet, that love books as much as I do. And leave me some of your favorite booktubers below, because we all need more friends, right? All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow for day 19 of Vlogmas. Anybody tired yet? Because I am. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.